The tarot have been through an interesting journey in their existence, from a game to a method of divination, all the way to the Hermetic Order, the Golden Dawn, and the correspondence of them by Eliphas Lévy, the great French occultist and seminary dropout, to the Tree of Life from Jewish Kabbalah. It's very easy to see how it captures the imagination. It used to be referred to as the Book of Thoth. But yet, I recall being given a deck of tarot cards once by a French exchange student. And I looked at it and it made no sense to me. And she said, "This is a game. We play this as a game." I was like, this is fascinating. The first deck I was given was an Egyptian tarot deck, which was all sandy colored, not brightly colored. And it was a gift for Christmas when I was 10 by my mom. I wanted it very much. And someone had said you should not buy your first tarot deck. First tarot deck I bought was the Crowley Thoth Tarot, and I still use it to this day, even though he altered the correspondences to make it relatively awkward to use in the Golden Dawn system of magic. I would love to hear about what your first tarot deck was. How'd you get it? Did you buy it? Did someone give it to you? We're going to dig in today to the entire depth of the tradition of the tarot. We're going to look at what does the dictionary say about the tarot, and then we're going to talk about its role and why the Golden Dawn only uses the 22 major arcana, and the minor arcana are left until the inner order for adepts to work with. Why do they do that? What's the purpose? What's the results? And after, if you want, I will pull cards for you from the Druidcraft Tarot, which is new to me, so I don't know how it interprets all the cards, and I'll use the book a bit, but I'll also give you standard interpretations as well that I just would with as a tarot reader myself with anyone, for entertainment purposes only, of course. And stick around till the end so we can do some drawing of the cards. But before we kick off and get into the show, thanks everyone for being here. It's good to see you on this sunny Monday. It's been a while since I got to wear my moon colors for Monday, so happy Moon Day. The purple of the moon and the yellow flashing color to activate it. Esoteric Angela in the house. Brad, good to see you. Jacobus, oh, everybody's here. Look at us. Won't we be a merry little party? And Renee, I think tuning in from work if I'm not mistaken. Good to see you all. Well, this is going to be a fun one. And before we dive deep into the history of the tarot, its use in the Golden Dawn, and its derivations leading up to things, delightful creations like this beautiful Druid tarot. Before we do all that, you know what I'm going to say. There's an event coming up where you can study these things with experts in Austin, Texas, or online. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience of magical practitioners and scholars gathering together. None of these events are repeatable. They're always unique, and so I hope you can make it. Here's a little promo video we made with a song I wrote and recorded with my friend Jesse at a recording studio in East Vancouver. So, enjoy this song. me tonight, 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 tonight. Hey everybody, it's good to see you all here. Lisa, Tarot and Oracle decks. Okay, we'll keep talking about Tarot in the comments. We'll have a break to get to that in a bit. For now, we're going to see what the dictionary says about the Tarot. Not the normal dictionary, but this massive one from Brill on esoteric stuff. And it has a little entry on the Tarot. Not a very big one. I've also shared in the Discord group for channel members to see a link to another history piece on the original, the oldest tarot deck. Tarot. Card games, in general, and tarot cards in particular, like children's and adult games, make a particularly strong appeal to the symbolic imagination. Whereas the standard pack has been able to serve as a tool for divination, mainly by combining the interpretation of signs with chance procedures, tarot cards have added to this function the desire to tap into the secrets of the gods. By including a system of references and symbolic connections of an esoteric type correlated with the planets and the cosmic hierarchies, this would be a great dictionary for schools and everyone to have access to, really. It's unfortunate Brill charges so much for these things. The introduction of card games in Western culture can be traced back no further than to 1375 Florence, where Nicola della Tuccia, Chronicle of Viterbo 1379, ascribed to them an Oriental origin under their initial name Nibe. However, all the images of these initial cards have been lost, and the same is true of the rules of the game. The cards that circulated in Germany and Italy around the beginning of the 15th century bore figures reflecting the culture and social problems of the time, and they multiplied rapidly thanks to the progress in the art of engraving. The tarocchi, ascribed to Montaigne, 1460, fall into this category. Given this context, the hypothesis according to which the tarot has an ancient Egyptian origin can be relegated to the realm of fiction. We all knew that, didn't we? We know the tarot doesn't come from Egypt. Oh, I can also at the end show you what I call my secret weapon of tarot, of the tarot. It's become well known recently with a new translation, but I'll show you the original one, which was done by a community of people translating it, and the now official translation that's out for my secret weapon. 'Twas also the secret weapon of a man named Valentin Tomberg, whom some of you have heard of. Moreover, the first elements of a divinatory and esoteric interpretation of the tarot do not seem to have appeared before the 18th century, particularly in France, after the number of cards and the figures on them had become sufficiently standardized. The so-called Tarot de Marseille, actually of Italian origin, around which Antoine Cote de Gébelin formed his Egyptian interpretation in Le Monde Primitif 1781, has 22 cards, like all the other games. They are known as the Major Arcana, or as trumps, derived from triumphs, and go from juggler to fool, with the emperor and empress, the hermit, the pope, the popist, the hangman, etc. in between. Man, Trump will be sad to hear that the tarot is actually not named after him, eh? Each card carries an inscription, a sequential number, and more or less fixed colors in which blue and red predominate. though there are more important variations from one game to the other. The Pope and the Popess are often replaced by Jupiter and Juno, the Juggler by the Magus, etc. The pack is completed by 56 common cards or minor arcana, 53 in the French games, divided into 4 suits: swords, cups, wands, or scepters, and coins, or pentacles. Each numbered from 1 to 10, plus the court cards: page, knight, queen, king. In English and French, the game is called tarot. In German and Dutch, tarot or tarot, derived from the Italian tarocchi. Spanish has retained a name closer to the original, naipes. Nepes? I don't know how to pronounce Spanish. Tarocchi. Court de Gébelin, in the spirit of the Egyptomania of his time, attributed the paternity of the tarot to the god Thoth Hermes, Hermes Trismegistus, interpreting the game as a hidden text, a mutus liber, a silent book, similar in nature to the Corpus Hermeticum. This hypothesis was circulated in the Masonic community to which Court de Gébelin belonged, thanks to Aliette Etea, we talked about him yesterday actually, a Parisian cartomancer and grand magus of the Lodge of the Perfect Initiates of Egypt, the Memphis Mizraim, I believe that is, who 2 years later published a manière de French manner of recreating oneself with the card game known as tarot. That's what the translation is. Aliette here revealed the true meaning of the game as a veritable synthesis of primordial knowledge, thanks to some modifications that he made of the figures. A secret society of the interpreters of the Book of Thoth was founded in 1790. It fell to the occultist Eliphas Lévi to construct the most complete system of tarot in his Dogme et Rituel de la Haute Magie, by making a divination the secret of secrets. His argument included a historical dimension, according to which the Ars Magna of Ramon Lull, the blessed Ramon Lull, the almost a saint. When you're not quite a saint, you're good, but you're not quite saintly, you're blessed. But it's one step away from sainthood. So Ramon Lull could become a saint at some point if people created a movement to promote him within Catholicism. And he was the first real Christian Kabbalist, and that was unknown for a long time because he was so early. He predates the Renaissance, and it was so hard to imagine that he actually had access to Kabbalistic texts or teachers. But then Moshe Adel discovered that he did. The great Hebrew scholar Moshe Adel discovered indeed Ramon Lull was taught by an Italian Jewish Kabbalist, and that influenced Ramon Lull's whole circular spheres theory, which is so Kabbalistic it was hard to fathom it wasn't influenced by Kabbalah. So Ramon Lull had actually been a cryptic commentator, Ars Magna of Ramon Lull had actually been a cryptic commentary on the tarot. I don't know if that's true. The decisive argument, just because Ramon Lull studied Kabbalah doesn't mean he was writing on the tarot, but it's a possibility, I suppose. The decisive argument for Lévi was provided by Guillaume Postel, very famous guy, whose Clef de Choses Cachées, translation, Key to Things Hidden Since the Constitution of the World, in 1546, contained an illustration of a key ornamented with geometric designs and accompanied by an inscription that could be read as Rota in one direction and Tarot in the other. These were two quite arbitrary interpretations, since the passage of Postel concerns an interpolation in the Frankenberg edition, Amsterdam 1646. Lévi adopted Aliette's assertion wholesale, but relativized them by claiming that while Aliette had presented the truth, he, Lévi, had finally unveiled it by reestablishing the symbolic correspondences in their precise meaning. And this is where as soon as they're spiritualized, people start debating their true origin and therefore their true ultimate meaning. And this is why it's so dangerous to allow yourself to think in totalitarian ways, whether it's ideologically or just interpretively. Because not everything has just a truth. Usually nothing does. The things that have truth have usually a variety of truth, and often differently interpreted. See everything for reference. The tarot, quote, This miraculous book, inspiration of all the sacred books of the ancient peoples, is, because of the analogical precision of its figures and numbers, the most perfect instrument of divination, which can be used with complete confidence. From Ritual and Dogma of High Magic, Volume 1, Chapter 10. In a later work, Le Clef de Grand Mystère, The Key of the Great Mysteries, Lévy analyzed the symbolism of numbers with reference to the cards, but for unknown reasons stopped at 19. Although stating that the sacred language, Hebrew, had 22 letters. The occultists followed in Lévy's footsteps. Stanislas de Gaïda planned this series of work, forming Le Serpent de la Genèse, in 3 volumes: Le Temple de Satan, Le Clef de la Magie Noire, and Le Problème du Mal. And I guess that would translate as The Serpent of Genesis, The Temple of Satan, and The Key of the Black Magic, and then The Problem of Evil, Le Problème du Mal, with 7 chapters in each volume in the order of the cards, the 22nd, The World, serving as conclusion. Gaïta was preceded by Paul Christian, pseudonym of Christian Pitois, in L'Homme Rouge de Tuileries, The Red Man of the Tuileries, 1863, and then Papus, Gérard Encaux, brilliant popularizer of the great themes of fin de siècle occultism, followed with many references scattered throughout his oeuvre and 2 entire works dedicated to interpretive synthesis. Le Tarot de Bohemians, The Tarot of the Bohemians, 1889, reissued in 1911, and the Tarot Divinatoire, the Divinatory Tarot, in 1909. He reworked and classified the labors of his predecessors, stressing the cryptic aspect of this primordial revelation, a veritable Bible for the Bohemians. And the cultural aspect of how it fed early on into the subculture, I think, is very interesting. Yeah. Kind of, it's a a mystical practice emerging from the people rather than clergy or religious leaders or such, and preserved in popular traditions, albeit confusing good and evil, the fall and reintegration of man. The concordance with the Archéométrie, 1910, of Saint Yves de Elvedre, who had supposedly reconstituted the primordial language, showed that the universal key to symbolism could indeed be found in the secrets of the tarot. Some Freemasons were also concerned with the interpretation of the game. One example is Oswald Worth, 1860 to 1943, former secretary to Gaïta and renovator of the symbolism of French Freemasonry, who published Le Tarot de Magie de Moyen Âge, the tarot of the medieval artists, in 1926. These speculations crossed the English Channel at the end of the 19th century with Arthur Waite, a disciple of Lévy, who published the pictorial key to the tarot in 1910, while in 1913 P.D. Uspensky published another study of its symbolism as a model of the universe in the light of Oriental religions and of Carl Gustav Jung's depth psychology. The occultist and paramasonic society, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, played a large role here. The notes of one of its founders, MacGregor Mathers, were collected by Israel Regardie in a Golden Dawn Tarot. In a Golden Dawn Tarot, that's the title of the book by Regardie. But it was above all Aleister Crowley, who one of its most conspicuous members, who systematically integrated the tarot in his magical and Masonic speculations with the help of astrology and Kabbalah. And here you have it. Something truly shocking. What we see in academia all the time, what I see all the time, is the promotion of Crowleyan and Thelemic agendas, and that's what we're seeing here. First of all, crediting Waite, Arthur Edward Waite, with bringing the tarot to England, when he learned it through the Golden Dawn prior to publishing his pictorial key. This says he brought it over and then published a book on it. As we know from the deep dive we did on who really inspired the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it was Yeats, and his idea, and he recommended it to A.E. Waite because A.E. Waite had the time and energy and money to put it together, and did that with Pixie Smith. So 3 Golden Dawn adepts produced the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and it's crazy that they give Waite the credit here of bringing it across the English Channel. Yeah, that's shocking. And then to say that it was Crowley who integrated it into a Kabbalistic Masonic magical system. Like, that's what the Golden Dawn did. We use it in our initiations. We design special cards for it within our initiations. Yeah, so, you know, as much as it would be nice for everyone to have this book, it's really shocking to see the non-stop prejudice against the Golden Dawn. Why are there so many Thelemic articles published, but, like, none? Even the only academic article published on the main Golden Dawn ritual, the lesser ritual, the pentagram, it's all Thelemic. It's from a completely Thelemic, post-Crowleyan, and post-Crowleyan perspective, even at times. One thing it isn't is based on, in any way, the original Golden Dawn ritual. So it's effacing and stealing credit at the same time. And that's what this entry in this book is doing. I have no problem calling out PhDs, especially when they try this sort of bullshit. Because this is so obvious. Anyone with even a fraction of education on this topic would know better than this. So for anyone who says all I'm doing is promoting academics and believing them wholesale, blah, a lot of people think I do that because I don't shun academia like so many occultists do. People assume that means that I have placed some special knowledge or value in them. I don't. I think they get the same credibility as everyone else, and everyone has to prove their arguments and evidence on the same playing field. So let's read that again. But it was above all Aleister Crowley, one of its most conspicuous members, that's one way to put it, who systematically integrated the tarot in his magical and Masonic speculations with the help of astrology, Kabbalah. No, he stole all of that from the Golden Dawn. Let's be fucking clear on that. Pardon me for swearing. In Magick in Theory and Practice, 1930, and the Book of Thoth, 1944. So they believe that everything the Golden Dawn, this is saying that everything the Golden Dawn did with the tarot in the 19th century actually was done by Crowley in the early 20th century. That's the claim that this peer-reviewed academic dictionary that costs over $500 to $1,000, depending on how lucky you are to find a copy. Crazy, absolutely shocking nonsense to find. Yeah, you just, and this is what I tell a lot of people as well who do get too much into the academic credibility, just because, like, the amount of people who tell me that someone's right because they have a PhD and that I can't be right because I don't have one, and definitively anyone with a PhD is always right and people who don't have one are always wrong. People tell me this regularly. It's almost as hilarious as when people tell me that I'm wrong because someone contradicting me got more views on a video. And I've had those people actually say, the truth is determined by the view count. This is the level of cognition going on today in the world. It's absolutely wild. I hope you guys are enjoying my evisceration of this entry of the dictionary, because I can tell you this, it is shocking. But
and yet it's now you want to get nuts. Come on, let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts. I think some of you like that one. All right. And again, this comes from it's within the academy. Most esoteric scholars are of the Thelemic or pro-Crowleyan variety. There's basically no GD ones. We had Fuller and Gilbert kind of for a while, but you know, Fuller's old and not active in academia. He's retired. So we don't really have any to stand up for us. And so when it comes to Golden Dawn topics, they always go and ask the Thelemites, because Crowley argued so successfully for so long that the Golden Dawn was broken. Even big YouTubers repeat that received opinion without any critical consideration, which is odd given the sources Crowley. You'd think, you know, people would know, especially like educated people would know to take Crowley's proclamations with a grain of salt. And so, yeah, so we don't, when academics want to understand the Golden Dawn, they almost always go to Thelemites. Even though there are PhDs in the Golden Dawn tradition, lots of everything, they don't go to them. They ask Thelemites, because Crowley said, I fixed the broken Golden Dawn. I made it right so that it actually is good and works. In the process, he just turned it into his own religion. And so academics rely on thelemic academics to show the truth about the Golden Dawn, because Crowley fixed it and showed the truth of it. And so why would they ask someone who doesn't know the truth of it? So that's the logical process there. It's not that they can't find academic scholars or just regular scholars who can talk about the Golden Dawn. Like, they could ask any of us. They could ask, you know, Ike Baker sits on academic advisory boards. Apparently doesn't love it. I won't comment, but the stories are hilarious. Because, you know, he suffers fools about this much. But they could ask Golden Dawn people. They could not ignore all of Golden Dawn scholarship. To write this, they're ignoring Dr. Gilbert, Dr. Fuller, and all the other very few amount of PhDs who have published on the Golden Dawn. So they're blatantly ignoring it so that they can give Crowley the credit. Academics. Crowley changed the name of the major arcana and interpreted the trumps as hieroglyphs charged with universal energy. His tarot of that and that of Weight, published by Ryder, are the most widespread in the English-speaking world and are constantly reprinted. That's accurate. That's true. Yes. Oh man, this is wild. I didn't think such a little entry would cause all of this, but you know why, right? Why? It's because
the people are retarded.
There you go. One of the most remarkable examples of the tarot's capacity to furnish a basis for esoteric and mystical meditation can be found in the works of Valentin Tomberg, our boy. Méditation sur le... God, I forgot how to count in French. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 22. Arcana Magick de Tarot, 1980. Though, actually, I think it was published before then. That's the wrong date, I think. Prefaced in the French edition by the Catholic theologian Hans Urs von Balthasar. Really cool Catholic theologian, actually. He was the head of the congregation of, like, interfaith dialogue, and they were sort of, like, next to or across the street from Cardinal Ratzinger, who then became a pope, his congregation for the doctrine of the faith. When the congregation for the doctrine of the faith, before Ratzinger took over in 1981, my birthday, it was called the Holy Inquisition. So Ratzinger, who became Pope, whatever it's called, who then had to step down, and he was in Hitler's youth, that is true. Though I'm not saying I'm not calling him a Yahtzee or anything like that, but, you know, I read his theology in grad school, Ratzinger's for theology. But so the interesting thing, the example I was given in seminary was, you know, that Catholicism is really the best polytheism, the best, because you can go to the Ratzinger's congregation for the doctrine of the faith, and they'll tell you there's only one way to Jesus, and these are all cardinals, right? And there's only one way to Jesus, and it's the Catholic way, and you have to do it exactly this way, otherwise you're going to hell. You go next door to the congregation for, like, interfaith dialogue, the one that Hans Urs von Balthasar ran, that cardinal who wrote the foreword to Meditations on the Tarot, they would tell you something very different, something much more inclusive. So they had, within Catholicism, you can have cardinals literally preaching the opposite message to the public to pull in Catholic numbers. They're still plummeting, of course. I think for every new convert, they lose 9 Catholics for every new convert, and then Protestants lose 5 for every 1 new convert. Yeah, only Mormon youth is increasing. Christianity is going the way of the dodo. Happy birthday, Lord of Ness! Oh my goodness, happy birthday indeed. We will celebrate. Yes. Okay, this entry is almost done, so let's get through it, and then we'll do questions, and then we'll have a lot more fun. One of the most remarkable examples of the tarot's capacity to furnish a basis for esoteric and mystic meditation can be found in the works of Valentin Tomberg. Yes, the latter Hans Urs von Balthasar situated the enterprise in the framework of spiritual readings. Now, if you haven't read Meditations on the Tarot, that is the book. I have videos, lectures on the first several cards, or arcanum, and you can check that out on my YouTube. Then I'll make more eventually as an offshoot of the book club that I've created Next year, after we do the Honograph book, we can do Meditations of the Tarot if people are interested in that, and I can use that time to produce more content. If you're interested in the book club, actually, our first official meeting that requires pages to be read is end of September. So check it out. And also, I'm very pleased to debut for you now. We'll do it right now, and then I'll end the chapter. The final musical mix with additional songs. I share sometimes my friend who live streams on YouTube, live looping and music. He did a little, he added some backing tracks and original stuff to it. So here you go. Enjoy this little quick promo for the book club with the finished music. Walk the way of Hermes and unveil the life and light of the Corpus Hermeticum, Hermetic spirituality. Join our monthly book club to learn and meet others who seek the ancient wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus. Join via YouTube membership's book club tier and subscribe at hermeticspirituality.com. All right. Thank you to Crypto Wave, to my buddy Austin, for that wonderful bit of background music behind my bouzouki and flute playing. One of the most remarkable examples of the tarot's capacity to furnish a basis of esoteric mystical meditation can be found in Tomberg, his Meditations on the Tarot, prefaced in the French edition by the Cardinal Balthazar. The latter situated the enterprise in the framework of spiritual readings supported by Christian as well as non-Christian traditions and by esoteric exegeses. Exegesis means to draw out of a text, to interpret out of a text. It's the opposite of eisegesis, which is to interpret yourself into a text, which is bad. There's exceptions to that, of course, but usually it's considered a negative term. No, you don't really. If someone says eisegetical, they don't mean something good is going on. They mean that you failed. Exegetical is a compliment. So, Tomberg's inner experience illustrates the expansion of the field of tarot to embrace literature and the arts. In this context, von Balthasar cites The Greater Trumps, 1950, by Charles Williams, 1886 to 1945, a friend of T.S. Eliot and J.R. Tolkien. Charles Williams is also a writer, and I believe he was in The Golden Dawn. The Golem, 1915, by Gustav Meyrink, is also based on an interpretation means of the tarot. Jean Paulhan, 1884 to 1968, prefaced Paul Marteau's Le Tarot de Marseille, the Tarot of Marseille, in 1949. The publication of tarot packs today covers a wide cultural radius, ranging from Central America to Germany, and offers an amazing variety of illustrative styles. Lady Frida Harris painted the tarot Thoth cards after Crowley's instructions. The originals are at the Warburg Institute, and I believe it was Stephen Skinner who did the photographs and took the pictures for the original Thoth tarot, and got permission to go in and set up the pro cameras and do pro pictures of them, and then sadly they didn't store them right and they were destroyed after that. Shocking. They refused to put them up in museums, and they just kept them poorly stored, and they were destroyed by, I believe, water damage. There might be some details to that story, and if I got any wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to throw the institution under the bus. But I like you am pissed off by what's gone haywire in the modern day, which is universities and the academy just cranking up two things: the diploma mill aspect. All right, removing meritocracy, telling everyone they need degrees, which renders degrees completely useless and meaningless, and jacking up the price in the meantime, simultaneously withholding text behind a paywall that is prohibitive. I think I paid $700 for this book. Prohibitive. Canadian, of course, so like $5 US. But yeah, it's just, and hiding away the tarot Crowley's cards, like, a lot of people would have visited a museum to go and see those over the years. I don't know what the situation was with them anymore. If you know in the comments, let us know if you're better informed on this topic than I am. Lady Frida Harris painted the Tarot Thoth cards after Crowley's instructions, the originals in the Warburg Institute. Well, what's left of them. Pamela Coleman Smith, member of the Golden Dawn, painted those of the Rider-Waite edition. So no mention at all of the Golden Dawn cards, even though they have access to the scholars that have done the research on it. They have access to the PhDs. Honograph and whoever, and the others editors, they know those PhDs. They could have talked to them, and I don't know why they didn't. But again, the GD remains the whipping child of the esoteric world. The Tarot of Sultan, painted by Peter Balin in Guatemala, combines a symbolic iconography with Indian mythology. Photographs have been used for the Tarot of Mountain Dreams, a version of Rider-Waite. There are tarots of advertising, all'Italia, of Cubist inspiration, and calendar tarots using titles of popular songs. So that's cool. Pen and ink designs are frequent. California has furnished many versions connected with new forms of religiosity of the New Age type. The New Tarot for the Aquarian Age, modeled after Crowley, designs by John Cook in '68. And the Aquarian Tarot, designed in Art Deco style by David Mario Palladini. I really didn't like that one, which was sad because as an Aquarius I wanted to like it, but I couldn't get into it. The quantity of literature on the tarot is impressive. The bibliography of Gerard de Rienberg, Le Tarot, 1947, contains more than 1,000 titles, while a semi-exhaustive list of 1,700 titles has been compiled by Stuart Kaplan. The Encyclopedia of the Tarot, 1978 to 1986. And then there's references. So a very short entry with shockingly major omissions. And not just omissions where it's not touched on, where the thing itself is not touched on. Omissions where they intentionally go around and around something that obviously should be mentioned, which is the Golden Dawn's spiritual use of the 22 major arcana within their Masonic initiation ceremonies, I guess, if you like that. But, you know, instead they give all of that credit to Aleister fucking Crowley.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to say. I thought it would be I didn't read over that one in advance. But that's good. You got to see my reaction. See, yesterday I read over in advance, wrote a whole little intro. And then someone said that the intro was... that I didn't write the intro, but... it's like, oh well, it was a waste of 90 minutes writing an intro. Okay, let's talk to you. Let's talk. Let's hang out. If you have questions, shoot me some questions. Boom. And before we just dive into the comments, I'll remind you that we have ENOCHIACON coming up very soon. And this is the last week for 3 separate payment plans to attend it, which makes it very affordable. Also, the price is going up September 1st, so jump on board now. The Arcane Research Society returns to bring esoteric scholarship and practice in 2026 with 2 major events held in Austin, Texas. Register for an annual membership and attend online or in person all of our annual events, including June 13th, our spring workshop, and November 6th through 8th, ENOCHIACON, our full esotericism conference. The ARS Spring Workshop features 3 workshops led by Jason Louv, Craig Williams, and Frater RC. Spend a whole day in downtown Austin, Texas, enjoying these hands-on deep dives with experts in their fields. Register today for all live events included with ARS annual membership, Spring Workshop, and ENOCHIACON, which features too many amazing presenters to name. Sign up today at arcaneresearchsociety.com. All right, going through all of your great comments. Going to go back up to the top. Thank you, Jacobus, for the gift memberships. Thank you very much, and happy birthday again. Happy birthday. Here's a meme just for your birthday. This is instead of singing you a song. Though at the end, if you guys want me to pull out a guitar song, my hand is healed. I think this finger is healed enough to do more work on re-getting that callus. The trick for callus is, I don't know if I told you this last time, I think I started to tell you. You can, so before and after you play, you dip your fingers for a while in lemon juice and vinegar separately. You do one before you play and one after you play to help you, one to numb your fingers, and then the one you do after is to help build the calluses. It's actually a trick I used to tell all my guitar students. They never did it, of course, but I would do it because sometimes you'd lose your calluses. Sometimes they just go away after years of being built up. Like, usually I could stick a needle in them and not feel anything. So happy birthday. This one's for you. This meme's for you.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
All right. Howdy, howdy. I'm going to scroll back up to the top, go through the questions a bit. Yeah, Lisa Allen says, hey, Frater RC, mine was the Peter Praconic Dragon Tarot in 1997. Nice. But I realized for me it was more for Magic than reading. Interesting. In 1990, yeah, different decks are good for different things. I got the Sacred Circle Tarot, and it's still a favorite. Very nice. Thanks for sharing. Rider-Waite first deck, yeah. Rider-Waite was my second or third deck. It was the one I started doing tarot readings with when I couldn't babysit anymore as a 12-year-old because I'd gone too goth to get to be allowed to babysit. Woohoo! Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. All right, Brad says the first deck and real intro to the tarot given to me was the Radiant Rider-Waite. Oh, I like the Radiant one. I've actually always wanted to get a deck of that. Given by one of your favorite witchy poo friends. That's very nice. Now you have hundreds of tarot and oracle decks. Hundreds. I know people collect a lot, and I certainly have like a dozen, but hundreds. That's amazing. Wow. Very cool. Ronnie Pontiac. I just listened to his Night of Miraculous Dreams poem for Tamra today. I don't know why you're mentioning Ronnie Pontiac, but I'm glad you are because he's very cool and he's presenting. Oh, right, he's presenting at the conference via remotely. He's one of the we have a few presenters remotely presenting like him and Lon because they can't be there in person, though of course they wish they could. Hello, everyone. Esoteric Angela says, I also have the Golden Dawn Magical Tarot. I love the images. Is that deck only used by adepts? No, everyone should use the Golden Dawn Tarots. They're great tarot decks. The Magical Tarot is Nick Farrell's? No, that's the Temple Tarot. The Magical Tarot is which one? I forget. The names all blend together in my head, though I have them all. So you have to remind me which one is called the magical one. Is it the Cicero's, Zaleski, or Farrell? I think it must be one of those. Elizabeth Russell, M.A., says Stava Pell's research and book, The Torah in the Tarot, says that early classic tarot decks like the 1650 Jean Noblet Tarot contained hidden Jewish symbols and were used for education by crypto-Jews. Yes, indeed. I have that deck and its booklet right up there on my shelf. Also, you can watch 3 videos of me and Stava Pell on this podcast talking. I've even released the behind-the-scenes conversation that he and I had. He was a fun guest to have, and really amazing insights. Like I find his argument on that deck somewhat convincing. Like I lean towards he's right, but is it a heated debate. Oh wow, it's kind of fun to watch from the distance. He and I were going to have a follow-up chat, but then he went on some tear denigrating and insulting a Christian Kabbalists, and I'm like, well, okay, I don't want to talk to someone who thinks I'm, shit because of what I study and because I'm Christian. So yeah, it's like, it's no offense, like, no, I don't hold it against him, but like, it's like, would people want to talk to me if I was would Jewish people want to talk to me if I was smearing Jews all the time? Or would Arabic adepts and magicians want to talk to me if I was like, just saying like, oh, everyone in Islam is bad? No, don't clip that. Don't clip that. Oh, God. Right, like, be balanced. This is what the Golden Dawn tried to teach us with the 22 Arcana of the Tarot. This is what they wanted to teach us. And it's so explicitly clear how the Golden Dawn did this with the deck. Sure, they tweaked some things from Eliphas Levi, and it was them that brought it. It was Mathers that brought it from France to England with the Golden Dawn creation, of course, not A.E. Waite, as the academic dictionary falsely asserts. It's always fun to find mistakes in academic work, isn't it? But in the Golden Dawn tradition, you know the first tarot path from Malkuth is the universe, and it's considered the only self-balanced path and card. And that's because it's balanced by the 4 elements. It has everything in it. It's connected with Saturn, and therefore is the Earth as the summation of all elements and equilibrium of all of creation. It's self-balanced. So that's the first path we go up. All the other paths are considered imbalanced in the Golden Dawn. So when we pathwork them, the working, and pathworking is a subjective, microcosmic practice, if you like. The purpose of each pathworking is to balance the path. That's the whole endeavor, right? So to cut out this entire spiritual purpose that the Golden Dawn used the tarot for, it's, yeah. It's, it is what it is. All right, pictorial key is just part of it. Yeah, though it's cool that there are things hidden. I just re-got the pictorial key in the other Waite book because I'm following Roger Parisius's theory that we covered in our deep dive into Yeats and the origins of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Waite published other books for it. Yes. Yes. Does he reference the tarot, A Wheel of Fortune? Does who reference the tarot, A Wheel of Fortune? I don't know that sentence. Evening, everybody. Evening, DC Customs OG. Demonstration is key. Or manual. Okay, cheers, yeah. Yeah, cheers, DC. Didn't Crowley swap the numerical order of the Strength and Just cards in the Thoth card deck? Yeah, so that's something that was actually interchanged. That's something he took from the Golden Dawn. There's an interchange that happens of those 2 cards in the Golden Dawn. So he stole that from the Golden Dawn. What he did do was made a permanent switch. In the Golden Dawn, that's not a fixed change. That's just a flexibility that exists. And you change it for certain reasons in later grades. Crowley also made the switch of Tzadi and Hay, which is which is why I could never fully embrace his deck, because he switched Tzadi. Tzadi is Aquarius, the star card. Hay is the Emperor, and the Hay card does not go. Emperor does not go from Netzach to Tiferet. That breaks the entire Golden Dawn system. It's very important that the star card, Aquarius, the star, the star, is what leads from Venus through the star card into Tiferet. We enter Tiferet through Venus. Won't say more than that because I don't want to spoil anything for some of you. That's a logical fallacy. It's an appeal to authority. What is? I don't know what is. Sorry, it's by the time I get to questions, we've often moved on from when you made them. Even by the time I see your comments, I've moved past what I said, so you need to, if you want me to, you don't have to, but if you want me to understand what you're saying, you have to give a bit more context. So when you say that or it, say what that or it is, and then I can actually respond. Just a little housekeeping. Eviscerate. Appeal to authority. And what was the appeal to authority? Was it the text appealing to authority? Did I appeal to authority? I'd love to get clarification on that. Yeah. The first Thea says, good job, don't get lost on others. Speak for self from it. The ego, want you to explain, get carried away. Yeah, I agree. Brad, fact, there's no Thelema without the Golden Dawn. I mean, it's part of Crowley's journey, I guess. Yeah, I mean, there's no OTO and AA. There's no AA without the Golden Dawn. OTO would have been a lot better off if Crowley hadn't got his hands on it, in my opinion. But it already had the sex stuff in it, which is why Rudolf Steiner quit. But I'm a big fan of the early OTO guys, and I'm a fan of a lot of modern OTO guys. I'm bringing them a bunch of them to ENOCHIACON to teach and hang out with because they're wonderful people and amazing magicians, and we're going to have the best time ever. Happy birthday. Thank you for the gift memberships, Jacobus. Thank you. Happy birthday, Lon. Is it Lon's birthday as well? All right, all the love in the chat. It's great to see all the love in the chat. So, happy Moon Day. Question, Crocodonk. Is the Thoth Tarot deck incompatible with the GD? Yes, that's what yeah, so I fortunately just covered that and fully explained why. Yes. Also, changing terms, card titles from, like, force to lust, that's not a GD. That's not harmonious with the GD current. I mean, lust and eros, I mean, if you'd done it more hermetic, like eros, that might have worked. That might have worked. Inquiry, did Waite Smith, W-A-I-T-E, Waite Smith, base their imagery on King Arthur legends? That is the theory and the suggestion. The Welsh Grail story, yeah. The King Arthur legends. That was the theory. That was the idea that Yeats proposed to them, according to Roger Parisius in that lecture that we covered. Check out the deep dive we did on Yeats and the Rider-Waite Smith deck. Am I more of a cat person or a dog person? I like both. We grew up with tons of cats, no dogs. I got mauled by a dog at the beach as a kid. Scared of them until as in adulthood I lived with a dog and who belonged to my roommate and fell in love with the dog. Minnie. It was a Australian. What's it called? Loved it. And so yeah, my dream is to live somewhere again in my life where I can, 1, have a dog, 2, see the stars. That's my goal. Help me get there by becoming a channel member. Joking. I want that deck, Lisa. That sounds awesome. Yes, Cicero. Okay, it's a Cicero. Yeah. I never liked that one, and then someone gave me a copy, and I started working with it a bit, and I came to enjoy it. I still don't use it regularly, but I do enjoy it. Is there a connection between tarot archetypes and ancient Egypt? Well, that's a tricky, the way you phrase that question is tricky. I mean, if you were to argue, well, these tarots point to archetypes such as the teacher or this, the Hierophant and stuff, well, you can connect those archetypes to Egypt because they're archetypes. But there is no direct connection between the tarot and Egypt whatsoever. Of course not. Yeah, you got to remember how far back Egypt was and how late the tarot are. Lourdes, major arcana trumps can represent Greek, Sumerian, Babylonian, Roman. Yeah, yeah, of course. They're very flexible. They can represent and fit in with any system whatsoever. It would have been cool if the dictionary had gone, because academics are good at a lot of things. It would have been cool if they'd gone into more, and given a bit of the analysis of the psychological and religious interfaith adaptability of the cards to different traditions. That would have been an interesting thing to see in the thing. Jacobus says, I stole my first deck from Chapters. Afterward, I showed my friend who recommended I gift it. So I gifted it to him, and he gifted it back. Playing with the karma there. Gridless says, A.E. Waite published in the December 1909 edition of the Occult Review called The Tarot, A Wheel of Fortune. It pieced together parts of the tarot that had been occulted. The article references. Yes, we covered this also in the deep dive we did. So check out that episode. Gridless says a few books, Emmanuel Cartomancy and the Key to the Tarot. Yes. The academic appeal to authority. They may have PhDs, but yeah, that doesn't mean they're... Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, of course. That's, yeah, when people are like... they have more views than you, so they're clearly right, and you're wrong. they have letters after their names. Yeah. My dream is to live in the Rockies. Yeah, the Rockies, well, that's basically where I live. And the Rockies are crazy. When you drive through the Rockies, it's just like, you look straight up and you can't see the tops of the mountains. Like, you just can't. They go into the sky. Yeah, I love putting up those hills barely at 50 kilometers an hour in my 73 VW Westphalia, the pop top in my band. We'd like go to rest stops and we'd look for people in rest stops and we'd pull up. We'd all get into the back of the van with our instruments ready. We'd slide the door open and some families would be having meals. We'd jump out and start performing and put on a little show. And then after they'd all cheer and laugh and feed us, and then we'd sell a bunch of CDs and t-shirts. See? Yeah. Fun, providing a service, get a free meal, and walk away with a couple bills. Load of Ness says, in the World card, we find the cherubim, the living powers of the tetragrammaton on the material plane, and the presidents of the four elements who operate within the cherubim. Absolutely, that is the GD teaching on that card. Alberta side, yeah. Art aside. Crocodonk. Since the Thoth deck is incompatible with GD, is there still a good amount of overlap outside of what's not compatible? Yeah, it's just slightly speciated. I love the Thoth Tarot deck. It's like, I've got one right in front of me. Love it. Use it. Find it very good for mundane readings. Very human. It's very grounded. The terms like lust and the other more crass terms of ideas can be very helpful when doing very mundane readings. Yeah. So I'm a big fan of the Thoth Tarot deck. I think the OTO people are very lucky. Thelemites are very lucky to have it because it's designed for their system, or their system's designed for it. Elizabeth Russell, M.A. The appeal to authority was in reference to the people who referenced near the beginning. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Sorry I didn't just know. Have you ever seen a Bigfoot? Yes, I have one right here. I can show you. I can't. I'm not that flexible though, but I have. It is. I have one little foot and one big foot, size 13 and size 12 and a half. If you're European, that's size 46 in European sizes. They are too big. It makes it very hard to buy shoes. Plus, they're different sizes because I was meant to be taller. All right, that was fun. Wonderful. So we're going to move into part 2 right after these messages. Yeah. Sign up at arcaneresearchsociety.com. Attend online or in person. It's going to be great. Let me take you more seriously if you're really asking about Bigfoot. So, of course, I've not seen Bigfoot. I don't believe in Bigfoot. I don't think cryptids are real. I know some of this will upset some of you probably, but don't be upset. That's okay. I'm just skeptical. I mean, I want evidence, and we don't have any yet. Like, we don't have evidence of physical aliens yet, even. And until a UFO lands and we see it, I'm going to be skeptical. Obviously, the things flying around the sky are very hard to deny. But again, what could that doesn't, the answer isn't necessarily physical ships. So I feel the same about Bigfoot. It's like, yeah, let's get some more evidence. We know for sure, we just discovered here in Nanaimo a fossilized beak of a squid type creature. Turns out it's not from a giant squid, because you can measure the entire size of the squid by just the beak, and it's fossilized in Nanaimo, and therefore they named it after Nanaimo, which is now famously named for two things. The kraken, which is what this creature is, was essentially a kraken, is what they've discovered. What the myths of the krakens would be based on. This thing would have been able to wrap around and pull down small boats. So we found the kraken right off the coast here from me, just over where I think one of our viewers might be in Nanaimo. And also Nanaimo's famous for the great dessert, the Nanaimo bar. If you've never had a Nanaimo bar, you need to have one and immediately go for a 5-mile jog afterward. Well, after your stomach is settled, but you're going to have to burn off 30,000 calories. But they are the best dessert in existence. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not a big cryptid guy because, well, it's possible. We discover lost animals all the time. Could there be, in the massive forests of Canada, for example, Bigfoots or some like Australopithecus or other, I don't know, any of those Denisovans, anywhere in the world, there could be a few or community little tribes. It's possible, or maybe not. I don't know. You have a PhD in cryptids before you have. No, you don't have to have a PhD in cryptids. We don't have any hard evidence, is all I'm saying, of cryptids. We don't have hard evidence. I'd love for them to exist. It would be great if those things existed. Skeptical. That's the approach that I think we should all take. You don't want to be, was it credulous or incredulous? I always mix those two up. Which one is it? You don't want to be incredulous? No, credulous. You don't want to be credulous. Or is it incredulous? I always get those two confused. Lord of Ness says, in the minor arcana, you can find the angels of the Shema Mefresh and the Enochian Watchtower angels of the Tasra. So you can only find that because the Golden Dawn created those correspondences between the cards and the arcana. That's all constructed for the Golden Dawn. That when people talk about the great majesty of the syncretic Golden Dawn system that put all these things together, that's what they put together. They did all of that, and they never get credit for it. Crowley gets the credit for it. I mean, clearly he was a great magician because he kicked the shit out of the GD for about 100 years, and it's only like people like me in my lifetime that it's been sort of coming back and trying to stand on its own 2 feet without Liber Resh and all these other religious thelemic ideas being inserted into it and distorting the Hermetic origin and spirituality of the Golden Dawn tradition, which is a Hermetic tradition, not a thelemic tradition. You saw a UFO? Well, like, yeah, we just had a lightning and thunderstorm above Vancouver, and a lot of people are saying they saw some UFOs and stuff like that. My buddy tracks them as a YouTube channel. He's really great. They're all over the place. They signal back at him. It's crazy. Like, this is happening. We all know this is happening. So there's more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in our philosophy. You know, cryptids aren't real. Oh, well, that's the thing. But see, now you're doing the other thing, which is, I know they're not real. It's like, well, we knew the Kraken didn't exist until 10 minutes ago, right? And now it's like, I guess there was Krakens. We had Krakens. If you went on a boat, something might wrap around and pull you down, though I think the Kraken might predate humans. So, but either way, I'm not sure. You'd have to go look up the Nanaimo discovery of the Kraken. Google Nanaimo Kraken. I'll type it in the chat. Nanaimo Kraken discovered, and go Google that, and then Google where to get a Nanaimo bar near me. Has to be a real Canadian one though. So Google those two things. That's your homework. All right, we're going to move on. I can talk a bit more. I'm going to get through the questions, talk a bit more about the Golden Dawn's use of the 22 major arcana. Then I'll show you what my tarot secret weapon is at the end, but in between we will do some drawing. We'll draw cards from the deck. I think it's still the case that I'm not able to program goals for some reason. And I am now. It's back. The function is back. Cool, but we don't need a goal today. Yeah. Let's just get through these questions. Lord of Ness says, whether you believe it or not, Bigfoot is real. They exist in nature and are interdimensional. They're a place where if you go at night... I mean, yeah, it's very possible. I have a lot of friends who I trust and rely on who think this is certain, and who hear them, and who are scared of them, and, like, you know, maybe... being skeptical doesn't mean you don't believe something. It means you are withholding judgment till you have more evidence, and we need to get more comfortable with being uncertain about a lot of things. I think certitude is often death. Ram Kitty says Nanaimo bar is originally from Ladysmith but first printed in a Nanaimo cookbook. Oh, interesting. I've read that they wanted to call it Nanaimo as the name is more distinct than Ladysmith. That makes sense. In Ladysmith School they filmed that Resident Alien show there. One of my buddies who I used to play a lot of music with, a guitarist, plays the abusive husband of the main girl, the First Nations woman in it, and I saw him, I was like, oh dude. I texted him, I was like, dude, nice job playing a drunken abusive asshole. He's like, thanks man. Ladysmith is beautiful. Ladysmith is beautiful. Go to Ladysmith. Oh my god, it's so nice. Gullible is credulous. That's right, credulous. Don't be credulous. What's the point in being credulous? And what's the point in being just certain of everything? Like, keep an open mind. Read some Kierkegaard. You know, the value of uncertainty is important. Nanaimo Kraken discovered. That's right. Daphne writes, thank you for the thing. Oh, I'm game for a card pull. I will pull the card. I'll pull a second. You'll get the second card pull. The first one is going to the birthday boy, of course. We'll do a 3-card pull for the birthday boy. And, yeah. And anyone who wants a card pull, just give me a $5 super chat or whatever, or 10 if you want 3 cards. We'll do that. I didn't know Resident Alien was Island. Yeah. The exteriors they filmed in Ladysmith. The cabin was filmed just down the coast here near Indian Arm, here in Vancouver, where the cabin is. So you can go out to see it just near my place here. And then the interior shots, of course, the sound studio. Yeah, Resident Alien was fun. We watched all of it, but except the last 5 episodes, because I just lost interest by the end. It got a little too wacky for me. But I've promised my mom we will finish it before she dies. She get on that. No. Okay. So there we go. We're caught up on the questions. All right. Let me, 1 second. Just give me 2 seconds to get the cards ready and shuffled. And while I do that, you can check out the book club that I've started. Walk the way of Hermes and unveil the life and light of the Corpus Hermeticum, Hermetic spirituality. Join our monthly book club to learn and meet others who seek the ancient wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus. Join via YouTube membership's book club tier and subscribe at hermeticspirituality.com. Let's do this. These are big cards. That makes them hard to shuffle, and they're thick. These are some thick cards. Yes. These are more like wonderful. Esoteric Angela. You will get 3 cards. These are hard to shuffle, so. Whoa. Yeah, these are really hard. This is the kind of deck you need to, like, splay out and do the thing with. This is that kind of deck, because they barely fit even in my massive hands. And yeah. Oh, this is what, I don't mind sharing what I pray. This is what I pray before readings. It's from the order I was in. I invoke Ru, great angel, the secret and concealed tarot. The secret and concealed wisdom, thou who ruleth the mysteries of the tarot, as the Sphinx is set over the land of Egypt. I invoke thee, be here now, thou whose mighty hand is imaged in the clouds of Book T, the mystical and secret, concealed book of hidden knowledge. I invoke thee, come now, great angel, Transform these cards of art into true and accurate doorways. Let each portal be true to the power that it portrays. Consecrate and purify this deck by the divine authority of Soul-wise and soul eternal one. I ask this in order to gain access to hidden knowledge so that we may exalt our spiritual natures and partake fully in the secrets of divine light. Amen. All right, cut the deck for you. Birthday boy is first. Where is he? All right, birthday boy. Your first card is the King of Pentacles. Your second card, birthday boy, is the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful, eh? Isn't that just gorgeous? Yeah. And your third card is the Two of Cups. All right. And the reason I was excited to get this deck is because it interprets them within the framework of Celtic mythology. So part of the fun of it is seeing how the designer of this deck, who is a well-known Druid leader, Philip and Stephanie Cargome, and illustrated by Will Worthington. Yeah, so let's... Yes. Obviously, this is for entertainment value only, and if I get any impressions, I'll just share them. But mainly, I want to explore this deck with you guys. That's as what has been very widely requested from all of you. Yeah. So let's find out how the Celtic deck works. What sort of characters it references and incorporates into. It's hard to turn pages with band-aids on. Yes, so with King of Pentacles, it says, responsible, steadfast. You may experience an improvement in your finances or material circumstances, the steady progress and success of a business project or career, a traditional established organization or profession. Ace of Pentacles. You've got. It's interesting. You've got two pentacles, and the king, of course, is, you know, the highest world. It's the pinnacle in the highest world, in a sense, but it's Earth, so it's, you know, the conceptual world. It's telling you it's a good time to, whether you're on your way or looking for your way, to conceive and idealize, imagine, project where you want to go, what you want to build in your life. You know, visualize, have those goals in mind. That the King of Pentacles needs to have that vision for accomplishment to be productive. Ace of Pentacles. So I'm a little surprised that it doesn't say more about the Celtic symbolism used on the card. I was hoping it would do that. I think there might be a broader, a bigger book to do with this deck, but I haven't been able to get it, or I haven't looked for it. So, yeah, I would like a Celtic deck to like have a whole bunch of mythology that it tells you, so that when you're interpreting the card, you can think of the card in terms of that mythology. That's what I would like out of mythological decks, ones that, you know, include the mythology in their interpretation. So the Ace of Pentacles is, you know, yeah, financial gain, material benefits, deep peace, material benefits, a job offer, promotion, a salary increase, or an inheritance or windfall, a new contact or a career change could augur well. In a relationship, a situation that is well-grounded, secure, peaceful, and enduring. And the Two of Cups. It says, love, healing, meeting of hearts, reconciliation, meaning the power and experience of love, creative blessings that result from the meeting of hearts, a romantic relationship, or a meeting of hearts, minds, and souls, the union of opposites or polarities using the power to love, heal, to engender cooperation, or to effect reconciliation. Because I'm not with you, this is not the kind of tarot reading I would do with someone in person, of course. This is the YouTube variety of tarot readings, but I thank you for enjoying it and getting to explore this beautiful tarot deck that is new in my life. I am going to have to look to see if they did put out a little in-depth booklet on the deck, but there you go. There's your birthday draw. And I would say you have many good things coming to you, it seems. You're in a very good place, and you're about to be in a better place. The thing to watch out for is probably throwing yourself off track. When things are going well and stability is leading us in a direction that is going to have good results, the greatest enemy to achieving those results is usually ourselves, especially in romance, but also in work and mundane business life. So be wary of that would be my advice, but otherwise you don't have to worry about too much because so many good things are coming to you based on this. So yes, I don't have time today to do a ton of card draws, so get them in right away if you want one, and have a little fun. All right, Daphne. Oh, who was next? Oh yeah, Daphne was next. All right, there you go. All right, Renee, you're down as well. Okay. The Celtic deck. Very surprised by that booklet. Oh my God, you can't shuffle these normally. This is crazy. This is crazy. Do any of you have tips for shuffling massive, super thick cards that don't bend at all and that are even bigger than my massive hands? I mean, when you can't splay them out, I mean. This deck does have, in the booklet, does use reversals, so I think spreading them out that way is not so bad because that does result in reversals often. And yeah, keep commenting about tarot and stuff, and we'll address your questions or comments or ideas before the end. All right, Daphne, your card is Rebirth. So that's interesting here. This is a deviation from the normal tarot, isn't it? Look at that. What a beautiful card too. There we go. Rebirth. So that's a new card. How would I even interpret that? I don't even know what card that is. It is a complete alteration of a major arcana. Well, I don't mean complete, but like, I think it's the Last Judgment or the World. I think that's their version of the Last Judgment or the World, because they might have numerated the cards differently as well. The Rebirth. Yeah, I think it is a Last Judgment. It's Judge. I think that's what it is. So it is, because it is 22, and the World is 21 in this deck. So, yeah. Your message is, oh, here. So with the Major Arcana, they went a bit more in depth and gave an actual unique Celtic-y thing, but it's vague. Vaguely Celtic. You hear the call and awaken to the new light of day. You have entered the darkness and drunk of the cup of silence. You have chosen life and emerge reborn. What I actually wanted to do was just do draws from the 22 Major Arcana to illustrate how we, in the Outer Order of the Golden Dawn, use only the 22 Major Arcana for the Outer Order grades generally, unless we're doing a mundane reading for someone, of course. But we use them for spiritual interpretations to find out the karmic results or spiritual results of doing a ritual. Usually when we're doing a ritual, as concerned as we are about the mundane effects, usually the most important question is what are the spiritual results going to be for us in our lives. And that's why we often only use the Major Arcana to do readings, divination, prior to doing a ritual that might, impact us or others in a way. This card represents following a call, new directions, renewal and transformation, decision-making, meaning the power of the call. You may have heard the call of your vocation, your mission in life, the spiritual path you are seeking, or simply the call of a new direction you need to take. Rebirth into a life that is more fully your own. You may have come to a crossroads in your life, and a decision is required that will take you in a new direction. Very cool. All right, Esoteric Angela. get the 3 cards for you. Thank you all for the support. Like and subscribe to the show. Join the book club. I'm just editing the book club video from our last meeting, which was our preparatory meeting. The next book club is when we'll do actual readings. We have to read the first chapter of Wouter Hanegraaff's Hermetic Spirituality book. And that will be 3rd weekend of September. Okay, yes. And cut. Your cards are the 2 of Cups. Pulled that again, so I already interpreted that earlier, so you know what the card, relationship maybe in the future, love opportunity. Ace of Pentacles, we pulled that. Oh, did they get stuck together? No, they didn't get stuck together. That's just how the shuffle came. And the Hanged Man. All right, let me show you those. I mean, as you can see, shuffling the deck is difficult. So these 2 were pulled together before, and they may just have been, these cards are, it's that kind of deck. I should remember who I'm talking to. You all know. Oh, does that track? I'm glad that tracks, Daphne. The Hanged Man and the Ace of Pentacles. So again, the potential for a new relationship coming to you. Gosh, that one's explicit. I showed it. I didn't even realize before I showed it. That's very explicit. I wonder what the Celtic myth is behind it. Again, I hope they put out a bigger book on this deck. Ace of Pentacles we already read, but I'll read it to you again. Let's see what they say for the Hangman. The Hangman often refers to mundane sacrifices for greater goals or for higher wisdom. So in the case with the other card, interpreting along with the 2 of Cups, sacrifices for love, sacrifices for abundance and security. You may need to make personal sacrifices or let go of the Hangman in the Golden Dawn represents the element of water, and so we interpret it very much as needing to make shifts on your emotional level or in the creative level of your being, and that would make sense here to bring about the fruition of the 2 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, love and success and abundance. The Hanged Man, according to this deck, says the message is go deeper now and let go of your striving. True freedom and independence are found through surrender. And because I pulled a major arcana amongst 2 minor arcana for you, I would say that is the main spiritual message here, right? Reversal of values or attitudes, patience, surrender or sacrifice, peace or independence, meaning peace, understanding, and patience. The seeds of inspiration may soon be harvested in a period of successful creative activity. You could experience deep feelings that seem to have little to do with your everyday circumstances as your inner awareness and sensitivities develop. Letting go of expectations in order to discover more about a particular situation, a radical reversal of values and attitudes. Interesting. This interpretation of that card actually makes a lot of sense given the other 2 pulls you had, which were the Ace of Pentacles and the Cups. So maybe be careful not to sacrifice things that are too important, but if you are going to sacrifice them, be aware of what you're sacrificing in the name of financial or mundane success or love. Thank you very much. I hope that was good for you. All right. Dr. Zero Free Magic's Secret Show. Welcome to the party, pal. This is quite the tasty video title, Absorbing. I'm glad you liked it, Dr. Zero. Rachel Rose says, sounds like the Ravens approve. I can hear them in the background tuning. Oh yeah, we got Ravens on, right on, like they almost come into the place every day. I'm very nice to them, of course, and that was always my totem animal that the First Nations shamans gave me in the Sweat Lodge. And so, you know, and you don't want to piss off ravens and crows. They don't forget, and they talk. They talk. They're the network. The network. All right. Renee, this one's for you. Do a very intentional cut. Your card, Renee, is 2 of... We just pulled that one. No. How is that possible? How is that possible? Okay, I will pull another card for you as well. We just talked about this in 2 of the 3 draws we just did. So the 2 of Cups, came up for you. I really, I shuffled it, made a cut, and then said, no, I don't want, because it felt like the deck was sticking. So I was like, no, I'll do it intentionally. You heard me just say I'll do an intentional thing, and I leveled the cards, and I felt for where the spirit said, cut there. And it was the Two of Cups. So, Two of Cups it is, but I will pull you one other card to give understanding of what that, I mean, the Six of Swords, Two of Cups. Okay, let's look at that image, because that is gorgeous. Look at that. This is a gorgeous deck. Man, I should put an affiliate link below for this deck. What a beautiful picture, yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. And they're nice and big, too, which is nice. It's always sad when they do amazing art on a deck, but you can only get it in a small size. Yeah. Two of Cups, love, healing, meaning, hearts, reconciliation. We just did this. The power or experience of love, creative blessings, the result of meeting of hearts, romantic relationship, or any meeting of hearts, minds. The union of opposites or polarities, using the power to love, heal, engender. So when we think, too, in the Golden Dawn, we're thinking of a particular Sephira. So we're thinking of Chokmah in this case, the inspiration, the beginning, the spark, the powerful initiatory force of the masculine force energy, and that's why the two is this, like the beginning of whatever the thing is. It's related to, and the cups is love, feeling, creativity, emotion. So Chokmah plus cups equals that. That's how we think about the cards, and how that's our interpretive methodology in the Golden Dawn, is through the Tree of Life. Well, through the Golden Dawn version of the Tree of Life, the Hermetic Tree of Life. The other card, Six of Swords. What do they say about the Six of Swords? Oh my God. Okay. Six of Swords, journeying, solace, healing, meaning the conflict and difficulties often associated with the suit of swords have either ceased or in abeyance. Comfort, solace, and the promise of renewal. Now might be a good time to plan a retreat or holiday, a journey in consciousness, aided by ritual and meditation techniques, can be healing and enlightening. A journey to reforge bonds can open up the possibility for renewal. Oh, it's interesting. So I'm going to see, because that really does shed some light on the Two of Cups, interpretively, doesn't it? Like the beginning of inspiration, love, newness, coming out of a time of trial and challenge. Yeah, I think it's saying that you need to open yourself up to that, and by reconciling yourself to the whatever you've been through to get there, right? Like if you're hanging on to things that are holding you back from entering that new, exciting, blossoming stage of creativity or love, try and say goodbye to that. Try and find the balance, forgive, let go, harmonize, balance. I hope that helps. I hope that interpretation speaks to you. So there you go. All right. Well, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I don't think we've done that on my channel before. Maybe we did it once before. But yeah. All right. Join our exciting book club. Walk the way of Hermes and unveil the life and light of the Corpus Hermeticum, Hermetic spirituality. Join our monthly book club to learn and meet others who seek the ancient wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus. Join via YouTube membership's book club tier and subscribe at hermeticspirituality.com. All right, we can look at a few more of the cards before we say farewell. So, yeah, look at this. I wish there was a way to not have the. Man, I've got like massive lights all around me. 4 lights on me, and it's still not enough. There we go. It's very, very graphic. I saw those ones. Well, that's a cool, and that's like they have in England. Yeah, I drove around England once, seeing all the big hill art, folk hill art that they create with limestone on the hills. 2 of Cups, 5 of Cups. Three of Cups. Nine of Cups. Very nice. And the Fool's quite cool. Wow, that is a very lover's card, isn't it? Now that's some love. The Hermit. Ooh, I like the Hermit a lot too. Yeah, it's like, looks like a Irish wolf. It could be a dog, but it looks more like a wolf. The Lord. The Lady. Strength. The Boar. Boar are a big thing in Celtic mythology. The Wheel. That right there, that says a very different interpretation of the wheel. See, I would instinctively interpret that very differently than I would interpret the Wheel of Fortune, for example. So deck's images change a lot, and that's why I generally work with the deck a lot before I do readings with it, proper readings with it. Of course, doing fun little readings is also fun here with you guys. Princess of Wands. The Chariot. Yeah, I love the just amazing art on this one. It really is one of the most beautiful tarot decks I think that's been made. Eight of Cups. Oh yeah. Yeah, so much care and attention put into even the pips. Oh, that's an intense image, isn't it? That's an intense image. Four of Cups. All right. Yeah, you can check out the images of that deck online. It was fun to share a few of them with you here. Probably cut that out of the audio segment of the podcast. Don't worry. When I do the audio version of this, I'll delete all that because it won't make much sense to listen to. But yeah, any other questions? Let's go over questions and any last questions and comments before we wrap up. Oh, looks Pendragon. Awesome. Yeah. So too, Jacob. Loved your reading of Franz Hartmann's work on light. Thank you. I loved reading that entire book and podcasting it. I'm curious looking at his work how it fits into understanding tarot. It looks more like with the Adepts essays he explores in the... What looks more like with the Adepts essays? The tarot looks like it fits more with the Adepts essays. I don't personally know how Franz Hartmann's book connects with the tarot. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure what to say there. The general occult knowledge is going to help you with divination and tarot as well, but and understanding Hartmann's ideas could definitely inspire you to interpret things. But I don't see. I'm not. Yeah, maybe I'm misreading the question as well. Petit Déjeuner 888 says, "Isn't it all about this?" Oh God, that no, it's not. The Sorcerer's Stone's not a thing. It's called the Philosopher's Stone, but I understand that they changed the title of the Harry Potter book in America, leading people to think there's such a thing as the Sorcerer's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone is what it's called, and it most likely refers to alchemists who created the stone that is liquid and solid, which is DMT. Thank you again for everyone who became a channel member. I joined the book club. People have been joining the book club. That's exciting. And yeah, the Ravens do approve. They're out my window all the time, doing what they do, watching, chasing squirrels. Prefer Oracle or Ruins, Robert? Well, yeah, you're some heathen Norse guy. Thought about making my own deck in the future. Yeah, make your own deck. Make your own deck. Do your own Norse deck. Tarot cards represent all the energetic variations of astrological transits. That is correct in the Golden Dawn system and in people that base their systems on the Golden Dawn. Number, I'm not sure what your question is. Occultology, good to see you here, brother. Glad you made it. Renee, rub some talc or baby powder on each one. Ah, nice trick. Talc or baby powder, that helps break up the static. It's the static, that's what it is. Oh, that is such a pro tip from a pro reader. Renee herself is a pro tarot reader. Daphne was so great. Glad you liked it. Lord of Ness, can you do me a birthday reading? Didn't I do that? Didn't I do you? That was the first reading I did, was a 3-card birthday reading. I'm glad that tracks. Good. Lord of Ness, yours was first. Yeah, yours was the first reading, Lord of Ness. You can, fortunately, it's recorded, so you can go back and watch it over and over and over. Yeah, shoot your favorite emojis in the chat. Blazing Star. Is that Blazing Star OTO? And yeah, Tarot Night. Jorge, good to see you, brother. Yeah, 2 of Cups is loud today. Yeah, that was crazy. That last pull especially, because it's funny because me and my oldest friend in the world, John, he calls me up. He's like, got my inheritance, let's go lose it at the casino. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go. He wanted to test out my psychic skills, as we've done in the past there. And so we went, played craps for, time flew. 6 hours went by like that. We went like, after the stream we went, and then left, got out of there at 12:30. It was very successful because, you know, well, I don't want to say that because you shouldn't gamble. Go in expecting to lose whatever you're going to lose. And I did post a before and after short to the members, to the patrons, because very personal. I don't like getting, I don't want to promote people doing that stuff. There's a major problem in Canada and in the world, I think, with gambling, and people shouldn't do it. But I do recommend the Cicero tarot card reading exercise in the Green Book, or any psychic development exercises. I just don't think you should rely on them to rely on psychism to make money gambling. Don't do that. But yeah, sometimes it's fun to use it to test yourself and see what you can pull off when under the gun and with stakes. So that's very cool. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. All right. Well, I'll see if there's any last questions while I give one last shout out to ENOCHIACON, which you should attend. 3 payment plan available now for just another 6 days, and price goes up September 1st. So go register today for ENOCHIACON and attend online and in person. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Feel like a song? You guys want a song? A song for the road? It has to be an original song, and this is called the tuning song. I wrote it just right now for you. The tuning song. The song that every musician should know, but sadly doesn't. It's called the tuning song. I haven't played this guitar in so long, it's way out of tune. That finger needs a band-aid, otherwise it won't be able to touch the string. All right. Yeah, that finger is not healed. I thought it healed from that one song I did the other day, but no. Psoriasis is such a curse. No upside to it whatsoever. You have to learn how to wash your entire body in 5 minutes in the shower because the water's like fire on your skin. Yeah, it's rough. All right, here's a song. That was a whole... Let's try this. Now I have to change the setting, otherwise the sound won't work. So, settings. Oh, the sound is already, it's already set for, well, the sound must have been a bit weird today then if I had the musician, I had no noise cancellation or processing off. This is my little Martin. I've got a big Martin and a little Martin. This is my little one. Has to be an original or YouTube will get upset. And it can't just be an original. It can't be just any of my originals. It has to be original I've never released before. Even if I play an original I've released before, YouTube will copyright strike me or demonetize my video, allegedly send the music to the songwriter, which they never do. So it's a scam. They've been robbing us blind for almost over 20 years, almost 20 years. So here's a song. I don't have it again because I haven't been a professional musician in a long time. I'm out of practice with all my originals especially, but I'll do my best. This one is called, well, this one I think I definitely remember, and I can get away with doing it for you. It's a love song. It's a Two of Cups song. This is a very, maybe not Two of Cups. Tell me what card you think, for you tarot experts out there, most relates to this song. It's called Sundresses. Beware. And yes, there's echo because I pressed the reverb button on my mixing board. So you get a little, sounds bad when someone talks, but it's great for music. I used to strut the street, looking for someone to meet. You always wore a sundress in the rain. I loved you to my bones and gave you all my own. But somehow love just burns right through your brain. And you break me every time I hear your voice. Yeah, you break me every time you leave. I wish that I was stronger, but I cannot repair the damage to the smile I used to wear. Oh, oh. Well, my body was fragile, my spirit it was young, and I'd not yet learned deception for love's sake. Oh, I broke my piggy bank just to buy your wedding ring. Now it's lost with my heart, that's why I sing. Oh, how you break me every time I hear your voice, and you break me every time you leave. I wish that I was stronger, but I cannot repair the damage to the smile I used to wear. Well, you're gonna die one day, so suck it up, they say. Looking in the mirror is as much as I can pray. The women I have known, yeah, they've truly blown my mind and my sanity away. Oh, and they break me every time I hear your voice. Yeah, you break me every time you leave. I wish that I was stronger, but I could not repair the damage to the smile I used to wear. I have nothing left. I have nothing left. I have nothing left. Oh, I have nothing. Tough with the band-aids, but I'm getting there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that little song that I wrote back in 2014, I think. Yeah. Yes. Her name was Katie. Evil woman. But a great song came out of it, so such is life. Yeah. Three of Swords vibes? Okay, I like it. I like that. Three of Swords, yeah. Had a guitar in my hand in a long time. Since last time was January on my birthday. Anyway, there you go. That's it for today. I might noodle around a bit more. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. I shiver my whole night through. Her husband was a hard-working man, lived about an hour from here. He said it was found in the driving wheel. His body never was found. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun don't ever shine. I shiver my whole night through. Don't lie to me, baby. Don't, no, no, don't do it again, no, no. I taught them to deep, I taught them on, I taught him to leave his home. That girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? Mixing in some of the modern lyrics and the original Lead Belly lyrics because it's an old song and in public domain. Maybe I got one more in me. All right. There's 20 of you here, so I guess you want more if there's 20 of you here. Jesus. I am honored. How's the sound? Is it peaking? Is it distorting? I can turn down the mixing board easily so it doesn't distort. Glad you loved your reading. Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah. 3 of Sword vibes on my original song. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for showing the LVS. Yeah, light and life. That sounds right. That song's normally done in open C sharp, but just noodle around, just messing around with you. I know. The hardest thing about not being in practice and performing all the time is that things don't just occur to me like, oh, that's the right song to play now. So, yeah. Here's a song I wrote during a heat wave in Ireland on a napkin in 2005. People really like it, but it's very simple. Like, it's a 2-chord song, D and A. But I thought, I'm praying for rain now, my love. I'm praying for rain when you're gone. Yeah, I'm praying for rain once again. I'm praying for rain. Tell me, what did you think on that day when we had our first chat at the cafe? Could you predict the night lying here? Did you know you would love me, my dear? Well, I'm praying for rain once again. I'm praying for rain, now she's gone. I'm praying for rain once again. Yeah, I'm praying for rain. I wake up at your place the next day after we had just danced the night away, and I see you in bed, lying there, holding you close to me, our bodies bare. And I'm praying for rain now, my love. I'm praying for rain when you're gone. Praying for rain once again. Yeah, I'm praying for rain. Tell me, how did we part from our course? What lighthouse on the sea warned of remorse that I feel now inside when I think of that cafe where we had our first drink? And I'm praying for rain now, my love. I'm praying for rain when you're gone. Praying for rain once again. I'm praying for rain. All right, there you go. I actually pulled out 2 originals for you. That's it. I love you all. This has been amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, gosh, it's great to play guitar again. One day my fans will actually be able to really build calluses and heal, but I'm doing the light therapy. I'm doing the crazy, insane diet. I'm doing it all because life just doesn't work for me without music. So, yeah, cool. This was fun. Let's say goodnight, and next live stream will be checking out someone who made a video claiming they've revealed the true secrets of the Golden Dawn ENOCHIAN system. Obviously, it's nonsense, and probably AI, but we'll look at that, and we're going to look at some other things as well. Stay tuned and become a channel member, join the Discord, and join our new book club. You should. It's a very fun thing we're going to be doing here. I'll play you the little promo for it once again with original music by yours truly. Walk the way of Hermes and unveil the life and light of the Corpus Hermeticum, Hermetic spirituality. Join our monthly book club to learn and meet others who seek the ancient wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus. Join via YouTube membership's book club tier and subscribe at hermeticspirituality.com. All right. You're welcome, Esoteric Angela. You're very welcome. Thank you, Kisa. 8 Young Stitches. Hail the Muse. Yeah, hail the Muse. Blessed be she. It was an absolutely fun time today, and we can get a lot done without going 4 to 6 hours, apparently. It's only a 2-hour stream, so that's pretty cool to know. We can get a lot done. Oh, I need to get used to, like, yeah, all right. Oh, that's what's this do? Oh, I don't know what that is. I still need to learn how this software works. Look at that. So silly. Okay. Yeah. This is the end. Beautiful friend, the end. I shouldn't sing that too much, or the YouTube gods will be mad. Fare thee well. Tonight.